At the end
Yep.
of the day, you think about it. He had all those years going on with Drew Brees. I believe that Drew Brees being gone, Jameis got hurt last year. Taysom Hill is not a quarterback. Things are not
Hmm.
the way Sean Payton anticipated. I think he said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm gonna take a year off.
Yeah, and I think they have decided. Maybe we made a mistake paying Taysom Hill this much money. Um, because they gave him the years and the money, and really kind of left Jameis Winston out there like, well, we really don't know about you, man. This is gonna be your prove it year. He gets hurt, but was proving that he was better, in my opinion, than Taysom Hill. So
At the quarterback position, for sure,
now,
definitely,
yeah,
Jay.
at the quarterback position, yes, and so behind Taysom Hill is not much either, and that was proven with Simeon, I believe his name is. So yeah,
Yeah, Trevor Simeon. Yeah,
it's tough, man. The other part too is they could be looking at, or he could be looking at, hey, you know what? I'm going to see what these other teams are doing as far as coaching prospects, and say, you know what? I think I might want to go here. Is it possible? Now, here I am. I'm going to be a homer here and ask the
definitely. I
question.
knew it was coming. I was waiting on it. I was really, really, really waiting on it. I knew you were
Let
going
me go
there.
ahead and just put it out there,
Go
man.
ahead, put
Is
it out there,
is
big
it
dog.
is it possible? Is it possible that he may be saying, you know what? I think that cowboy position is going to come open, and quite possibly, I'll wait for that.
Hey man, can I ask you something, Jay? Why is it that everybody I
What's up?
know here in Dallas, every Cowboys fan, the first thing I heard was, "Hey, he coming to Dallas. Hey, he quit so he can get the Dallas job." Let me tell you something. I don't think Sean Payton's the man that wants to come back to be Jerry's kiss ass. I don't think he's dying to come back to be that guy that Jerry needs as a coach. Jerry needs that guy that's going to be that yes man. Just because he was here under Parcells doesn't mean that he wants to run back to Dallas. Why does everybody think that the grass is greener here? It's not. So I think it's just speculation because McCarthy's so bad. Dallas Cowboy fans just want a new coach. That you all say, oh, you know he quit to come to Dallas, right? You don't know he didn't. You ain't talked to Sean Payton. Don't nobody know that. Now you're hopeful, yes.
So anyway,
Realistic, no. Not realistic at all, no. At all.
look, I agree with what you're saying. And we'll definitely dig deeper into this on Cowboys Connection Saturdays 10 a.m. Right here, Big Game Sports Buzz channel. But yeah, I think there could be Cowboys fans are clamoring for really, I won't say anybody, but just about anybody, because we got to take the McCarthy effect away. Like the McCarthy effect is hurting, and Cowboys fans are hurting. I honestly, I think he after Breeze left, and I think it was actually going down when Breeze was going down and he got hurt and they had to put Jameis in. He was like, oh, crap, this really does suck. And this isn't fun anymore. And I don't like it here. And it sucks. And the food's great, but the team sucks. So
Oh no.
I'm going to go away.
the, the, the food's great, but the team sucks. I'm leaving. That's really what it
It's
came down
true,
to.
man. Bro, it was like, look, I love Dookie Chase, but I can't with it. It's too much. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was out, and there it is.
Yeah, man.
There it is.
I may not agree with what you're saying right now, but I definitely don't think that he quit that job because he just thought in his mind, I'm gonna go to Dallas a year later. One, you know how much money the Cowboys is got to shell out to get him because he's still under contract technically. He just resigned, so he comes back to dude. There's too much going on into it. That's not happening. At least not this year. Cowboy fans pump.
Money.
Pump the brakes.
Listen.
Pump the brakes.
Money is only a factor when it comes to players, not coaches. Because here's a fact: Dan Quinn is still getting paid by the Falcons.
No doubt.
Even though he's a Cowboys
They
coach.
bought him out. Yeah, they bought him out. And
so
the point I'm making is
they still paying
a
him.
waste of money.
So
Jerry gonna double pay McCarthy and Sean Payton and have to give the Saints compensation to get him because he resigned early.
Oh, you act like that's not something he wouldn't do?
Man.
We're talking about Jerry Jones here.
Yeah,
the money is not an object. Money is not a factor for Jerry Jones.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, have you seen his yacht? It's beautiful. It's
it looks
wonderful.
like a spaceship.
Jerry, I'm waiting to go.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my invite. I got my bikini ready.
Listen, I don't look. Let's move on to second down with that. That's a good segue to a good notes. Moving to second down.
I knew you'd like that part, big dog. I had to go there. I'm so sorry.
I really didn't. I did not like that part. Hey, over the weekend, we saw possibly one of the greatest playoff games in recent memory.
Wow.
Between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, sir.
Kansas City came back, and played a hell of a game. Well, I think it was in 2.5 minutes, there were like 25 points scored.
Yeah.
Like it was a shootout.
Wild West.
It was tied at the end.
The Wild West.
And what ended up happening was they went to overtime. Kansas City won the coin toss, got the ball, went down the field, scored, game over. And Allen and Buffalo's offense never got a chance. So the question is, should overtime rules be changed? And if so, how to make it fair?
Hey, well, we talked about this the other day, Jay, and just me being old school as I am, no, they shouldn't. And this, the reason I'm saying that is you got something that works. You're already playing extra time. You're already going into an extra period. Yeah. For most fans, and the reason I heard was all selfish. Man, I wanted to see Josh Allen get a chance. He needed the ball one more time.
Sure.
Let's rewind the whole thing. The go-ahead touchdown drive was unbelievable. You give your team a 3-point lead with 13 seconds left. Defense, you got a job to do. Go stop them. Win the game.
Yeah.
Go to the conference championship game. The defense lost that game in regulation. Why does Buffalo deserve one more possession in overtime? No is the answer to me. Your defense blew it. Offense wins games. Defense wins championships.
Yeah.
Their defense wasn't ready to win them a championship. They choked. They gave it up. No rules need to be changed. Yeah. It should have never got to overtime.
No, I agree. I agree on that part. Both the defenses at the end of the game were gassed, and it just fell short and bad. But I think the other part too is we look at it from the standpoint of, it's selfish. It's free football basically, saying, hey, they played 4 quarters, hell of a game. Now we got to look at what's going to happen if both of them had a chance.
Right.
And I think the issue is that, Josh Allen didn't get a chance to put it out there. But their defense, it's 3 phases to the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so even if Buffalo got it first and they won off of a touchdown, then everybody would say KC is upset. And I think at some point you have to draw the line in the sand and say, look, you have to be – this is the playoffs. You have to be good in every facet of the game, every facet. Mm-hmm. And so, we won the toss. Your defense better step up and do what it needs to do. They did not, so you lost.
Right. Man, I just want to know, what do people want? So they changed the overtime rules where both teams get the score, right?
Yeah.
Buffalo goes down and scores. They kick the extra point. It's tied up. Then do you change to the college rule where you got to go for a 2-point conversion? Like, when does it end? Like, what do you need to do? I don't think it needs to be changed right now. No, now it doesn't suck in the regular season that it can end in a tie for some, but the rule's the rule. It is what it is. You already know that if you can't handle your business when you go into the overtime, you're gonna end in a tie. It could affect you later. It is what it is.
Man, I say, look, if you really want to change it, put them on the 30. You know what I'm saying? And like college, put them on the 30. You get a chance to score a touchdown. If you score, cool. The other people, they get a chance to score. If they don't, all right, fine. You know, that's it. You know, like you got to score a touchdown.
Some got to give, brother, man. I feel you.
No field goals.
No field goals, touchdown.
That's it.
I can rock with that. I can rock with that a little bit. Give them both a chance.
And you got to make the extra point.
And you got to make the extra point or go for 2. If tied after the first time, then go for 2 and call it a day. But to say both teams got to have a possession the way it did and people being mad, most of it Buffalo fans being mad that their team didn't handle their business and win the game.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
That's what
and like I said, if it was if
and what I think.
Yeah, and if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be complaining. So we already know what this is.
Exactly, but it doesn't matter.
I don't foresee how it can be fair in any other way. Yeah, I think every team is made up of 3 facets. You know, every team is. So your defense has to play in order to give your offense a chance. Your defense didn't. Don't blame the rules because Buffalo's defense didn't do their job. Plain and simple.
Go. Right.
They know what they got to do. Keep them out of the end zone. If you do that, guess what? Then you can see Josh Allen. All right. That's second down. You know, it's Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure you know when we do come on. Thursday nights, Big Game Sports Buzz, 6 p.m. Move the Chains Tuesdays at 6. And, of course, Cowboys Connection Saturdays, 10 a.m. Man, third down. We're going to switch gears here just for a little bit. So this past week, Big Papi, right, Ortiz, makes it into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's the only one that makes it this go around, which I think is kind of crappy anyway, but, you know, that's the way they choose. And you have to get 75% of the vote. But Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens did not make it. Did not make it. Now, I'm going to put this caveat in here. Ortiz failed a test for performance enhancement drugs.
Right.
In 2003. He did. It is noted. Now, well, I say pH. They don't know what it was for, but they just know that he failed a drug test.
Whatever the standards were, it was dirty.
You know, my cousin.
They're all vitamins when it comes to these guys.
Vitamins.
B12 shots is what Barry Bonds called his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Right. But he's still allowed in. But now, because they've run out of time, they have to go to this committee that meets like twice every 5 years.
Right.
To see if they get in. Now, you know, I guess the real question is, should they be let in the hall? I mean, we know what the era was. It's the juice ball era. You know, do we let people like Bonds, Clemens, Rodriguez, Palmeiro, do we let these guys in, knowing what they did, what they've done, what they've quote unquote admitted to and not admitted to? You know, and especially I really want to hear your opinion on this because, you know, you've played in an era where they may not have done as much as this as baseball, but obviously there was something going on in the league, and it wasn't as clean as it is now.
Gotcha. I feel air quote clean. I got you, Jay.
Yeah.
Clean. Wow.
Right. So, you know, right. So as a pro athlete, are you looking at this saying, man, this is messed up? Because, look, they played in the era, they did well in the era, whatever they did. But, you know, pretty much everyone was kind of doing the same thing.
Man, this is my whole thing. Baseball set a precedent on how their testing standards were back in that era to where guys could get away with murder, right? And we know the old adage is, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So dudes figured out a way to get an advantage.
Right.
They did it. Now, let's go back and even look before the drug use in baseball took place. It ramped up and went kind of crazy. Palmeiro had his thing, Bond, Sosa, McGuire, everything. It was big, like you said. Now, these guys are still good enough athletes, but we know they were going to extend and set some type of records. How much of it was the
Right.
drugs? How much of it was them? But my whole thing is, if you're being biased and personal against Bonds, why does Ortiz get in? Because like something came up this week at work, Jay. We got a standard in our athletic department. If you get sent to in school suspension and put out of class, you have to miss a game, right? So one
Yeah.
student got put out, but then the principal says, "Well, it was different. He shouldn't have been in trouble, so y'all don't hold him out this game." A standard is a standard. Why is it okay for me to sit one kid, but then you
Yeah.
tell me the next time another kid does it, it's not the same standard? We set a standard. We try to hold the kids to a standard. Baseball has to
Right.
be the same way. So now going into this Hall of Fame voting, you can decide which one weighs more than the other of who you hold out and who you put in. It's not cool, man. It's not fair at all. To where if Ortiz did it, and all these guys made mistakes and they knew what they were doing, hey, yeah,
Yeah.
slapped on the wrist. They finished their careers out. Some people are gonna say the records are tainted. They shouldn't count. That's not for me to judge. But if the standard is one way for Bonds, it needs to be the same way for Ortiz.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I'm kind of the idea that look, they played in the era, they did well in the era, they did what they did. So, you know, judge them on that. If you and my other here's my other issue too. You have baseball writers
Mm-hmm.
that are making this decision, not players. And that rubs me a certain kind of way.
Got it.
Like I'm cool. I'm cool with fans voting for all stars because it gives fans a reason, not only a reason to watch, but also to kind of put in their voice. But when we're talking about writers, and I know that's where we are. We're journalists.
Right. But Jay, does it get to a
But
point where you
I
think
mean,
of fan vote? Go ahead. Fan votes get misconstrued sometimes. We all know that because think about back in the day when Yao Ming was playing for the Houston Rockets and you had the whole country of China vote for him to get in the
China.
All-Star game before. I mean, they got
Yeah.
9 million people in China or billions or whatever. They got enough people to overpopulate the United States and everywhere else, right? So it can be misconstrued.
Yeah.
Explain to me a little bit more about your feeling about the writer aspect, having that vote and that say so, and what happens with that person.
Well, my thing is that so again, kind of explaining it, going back to the fact that you have baseball writers that some have never played the game,
right,
ever, or played a game,
okay,
ever,
right,
but yet they're talking or they're voting in those people that have played the game, blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Baseball to me is probably one of the hardest games on the major league scale to break into,
right,
than probably any of them.
okay.
And NFL is tough. I give you that. NFL is tough. But what you have to do to get in, like you're a rookie of the year at like 25 because you've had to go through the farm system. Or
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, you in the
Like,
doubles or you in the minors for like 8 years before you even get called up to the majors. You may or may not make it in the majors for 4 years. I got you. I feel what you're saying, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's one of those things where like I look at kids and they play baseball and saying, okay, this is like a commitment you had to put in to get there, and man, it's so tough. And to say, well, look, I write about this, so I know what it takes.
Right.
I know who should be in, and we're talking about the Hall, and this is why I brought up the fans, because the fans are the ones that they vote in for like All-Star,
right?
Because it's a game.
Yeah,
it's a game,
and it's supposed to be about the fans
game.
In a sense, right? Well, it's one game. Okay, I got what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah, and the Yao Ming thing, okay, it's one guy, and yeah, look, if China If you want the rest of the world wants to vote in LeBron, which look, and here's the thing, Yao Ming is not the number one vote getter when he was there, right?
Right.
It was usually like Kobe,
Right.
LeBron, like those were the main guys. And so like that's what it is now. But when we're talking about Hall of Fame, the enshrinement, to say you were the best of the best, but you don't put in the best of the best, I think that gives me issue.
And another thing that gets me, and to a point you were making, which makes a valid point, is a writer can have a bias against a player. If he doesn't like
Absolutely.
that player, they could blackball him with their pen as much as they want. And I kind of feel what you're saying, man. It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. But like I said, that's why our standard has to be set. And if you vote for one person one way, and you can't be like, well, his drug use is different than the other one's drug use. The key word is drug use. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, it's a little murder and a big murder. Murder's murder, right?
Right.
So set a standard that you're gonna hold them up to it, and handle your business, man. And it's not. Do I think it's fair Bonds didn't get in? Nah. Now, do I think he cheated? Hey, man, I seen skinny Jerry Curl Bonds back with the Pirates back in the day, and compared to what he looked like when he finished playing in San Francisco, he looked like he was my size. Yes. He ain't had no neck. He went from being skinny with a Jerry curl to looking like a bald bull replica, damn near. Okay, so we know he did a little something to enhance himself, right? I'm not saying that, but he did nothing no different than most people in baseball did, because they all had to go find that edge to maintain their playing level and ability. Was it right? Nope.
Yeah.
Did Major League Baseball set a precedent where they can get away with it? Yep. That's their fault.
Yes, they did.
And that's a whole different issue by itself. Should he be? He still warrants, I think, being in the Hall of Fame because of his records and his play on the field.
But can I at least just say I'm so glad Alex Rodriguez didn't make it? Like I'm glad about it.
You can say that. Hey man, your feelings matter here on Big Game Sports Buzz, dog. So,
thank you, sir. Because he's a poopy person. I don't like him.
And if you feel that way about A-Rod, hey, let it be known to everybody, brother, man. It's all good.
I still say this. When he struck out here in Texas and didn't go to the World Series, that was my favorite Rangers moment. That's my favorite Rangers moment, man. I got to tell you that. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into that fourth down. And the lame show, okay, look. Let me just put it out here like this, okay? I already know. I see your face. The lame show, yes, they beat the Hurt Locker, a.k.a. the Brooklyn Nets, because nobody can stay healthy on that squad. But right now they're kind of scapegoating Russell Westbrook and for a lot of their issues, to the point where he was actually benched. I think it was more of a coach move, but
but don't you think Vogel's hands were tied in that situation, to where, this is my whole thing. If pressure is coming down on me from upper management, I got to stay. I'm going to coach this thing the way I want to coach it. I'm going to go down swinging. So I'm going to make the changes I need to make. To me, it's bigger than Russell Westbrook. And now we got to start looking at Rob Pelinka and the way he's running that organization and what he's doing with things, right?
Now?
You went out, now, because obviously you look past. See, when the Lakers... You're right, though. You should have. But when the Lakers won the championship, Jay, it kind of got brushed to the side, and everyone was excited. LeBron and AD got a championship together. Yay!
Yeah.
Clap your hands. They did it. No one really looking at them putting a Band-Aid on something that needed some damn stitches, and now the wound is opened up, and it's like, oh shit, we bleeding. We bleed. We got to get it right.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than Vogel, the coach. To me, and Russell Westbrook. Russell's getting blamed for not playing hard, for messing up on defense. We got to make changes. We're going to bench him. And to me, it's still stuff being swept under the rug, right? So I think personally, man, he's being held up a little bit. Because to me, you knew what you were getting when you got a Russell Westbrook. He is not a shooter. He's not going to stand out and drain jumpers. He's a drive and attack kind of guy. And that's what you have to use him for. If you don't use him the right way,
he's a slasher.
You can't be mad at his play. Defense, has he ever just been the glove? Has he ever just been the best defensive player on the team? And now you're saying, hey, He don't play defense in the fourth quarter.
He averaged a triple-double. Like, he averaged a triple-double for the season.
Yeah,
So
but
let me say this. What up, Smitty? Look, I gotta say that though. And Jose, what up, good? Yo, look, you're right. Westbrook is who he is, will always be who he is. And so to think that Westbrook could fit in this was a mistake on
it was asinine
part.
The Lakers are stupid.
Who believed this would work.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Yes, sir.
And I almost feel bad for the fans. Almost. But I don't. Because
I don't.
It's funny because a lot of the Lakers fans that I know didn't want LeBron on the squad. Then he gets a championship. LeBron's not that bad.
Right. Oh,
they need to help LeBron.
Yeah.
So how do they help LeBron? They get some of the oldest players in the league before the 10-day contracts, right?
Oh man, it's
dude. I'm looking at the 1997 like McDonald's All-America team.
No,
it's 2022.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
You're right though. They went back with it. And the way it was done, man, we already know, and we talked about it enough. When we touch on a lot of our basketball segments, the Lakers were not built to be the team that people want them to be. They're not even the top 5 in the Western Conference. It's messed up. It is what it is. But thinking about it and listening to Charles Barkley talk about it a little bit on TNT the other night, I was like, you know what? He's got a good point. A lot of the blame that's being put down on Russell Westbrook, it's bigger than that, and there's a bigger problem than that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just easy to make someone like Russ the fall guy when you're just having issues and turmoil inside your organization.
Yeah, I mean, look, the GM is not going to put him on itself, so we know that. Jeannie Buss is not saying anything at all and really hasn't, so we already know what that is. Mm-hmm. And so now we're looking at, okay, so is it LeBron's fault? Well, a lot of people are automatically going to put it on LeBron anyway, so let's just go ahead and check that box right there. Carmelo, as I've stated, has been one of the better players on the squad, and he comes off the bench. You don't have any young players. Rajon Rondo has been shipped off. He's been traded for nothing. And so now all you have left is Westbrook. That's it.
Right.
Anthony can't stay healthy, so you can't really blame him.
We already know what that is, Jay. I mean, come on, man. So it's bigger than that.
Injury prone. Mr. Glass.
Big
Mr.
time,
Glass.
bro.
Hey, that does it for 4 Downs. Again, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell, let you know when we come on Big Sports Buzz. What am I saying? Big Game
I don't know.
Sports
Just
Buzz.
cut the game out. That's all good, man.
Oh, man. Look, like the show, buy us a coffee, help us grow. www.buymeacoffee.com/Big Game James. Look, buy us a coffee. This helps us to do all the things that you love. More shows, more content, more fun stuff. Nobody ain't playing tonight. Well, it's what it is, Elijah, and there it is. But hey, let's go ahead and let's get into this next segment. Look, folks, if you're new to the show, I'm gonna tell you this is one of the favorites. You'll love it. This is the one where we look at what happens in the week, and we say, "Oh hell no!
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no!
Oh hell no!
That's right, folks. Oh hell no! Look, the ones that we saw. Oh my gosh! Just go ahead, Big Game. Just
I was gonna let you go first, but it's good. But
okay,
I will go ahead. I'll go ahead and go first. And
yeah, go ahead.
It's a little bit older. It didn't just happen this week, but with so much going on in the sports world and the playoffs, we've been talking about it in the NFL, from the wild card round to the divisional round and getting ready for the conference championship games. Man, I'm excited. I'm loving it. But My main man, Stephen A. Smith, decided to troll the Dallas Cowboys when they were eliminated from the playoffs by the San Francisco 49ers. And, Stephen A. went a little overboard, Jay. But this story here really got me. While people were in the stands crying and sad, this one gentleman was caught at the game sad and upset, and not with his wife, but with his side piece. So right here, this young man ended up all over ESPN, ended up all over the internet. I didn't get his name, but it's not the point. The point is, everyone that's associated with the Dallas Cowboys figures out a way to do it wrong. You decided to cheat and go kick it with your side piece, but yet you get busted by your lady because you took her to the game, and because your team choked, you got caught crying on TV and ended up all over the internet. Now you lose, your team loses a game, you lose in your relationship. You know what that gets, Jay? Oh, hell no.
Oh, hells no. Wow. That's oh God. That's
my old my
man.
old hell no, bro, man.
That's horrible, bro. That's folks, here's the thing, okay? I'm not trying to advocate for nothing other than people being smart out there. Folks, don't do that.
Don't do that. Please
don't take
do
side
that.
piece out where there is lots of cameras, lots of phones. Oh man. And then the fact that they were standing up, that makes it even
up, hug,
wow.
Embrace, like, baby, I got you.
Hugged up.
That ain't even your boo, that's your bae.
Oh my God. Man. Jeez.
Oh,
all right,
Lord.
yo. All right, let me yeah, pimping gone wrong, that's for sure. Last week, and now look, for those who don't know, I follow and root for the New Jersey Devils hockey team. That's what I do. You can hate me, I don't care. But that's what I root for.
Okay.
PK Subban, if you're not aware, is a African-American, African-Canadian or Canadian player who is black. Okay. Two of his brothers play hockey. Last Saturday, his younger brother, plays in the EHL, right, which is the minor league of hockey. Well, apparently, hockey, they fight. Well, there was a guy by the name of Jacob Panetta. They do fight. They fight. It's part of the culture. They keep trying to say they're weeding it out, but they're not. And who wants them to? But Jacob Panetta decided that in the fight, or as they're fighting, the teams are fighting, he decides to make a gesture and noises to him like a gorilla.
Oh, wow.
Right. On the ice.
Wow.
Folks, look, here's my thing, okay? We understand what hockey is. It is starting to get more into different cultures. But we're sitting in 2022, and here's the other part of this. He comes back and says, well, I really was making a gesture like a bodybuilder, like a poser, right? Because showing him how strong I was. No, bro, no. When you start skating away from him, making a gorilla sound, yeah. And when your own teammates are ready to clean your clock, and when your team the team kicks you off the squad that night, and you're suspended for the rest of the season by the league, yeah, I think there's something to it. So yeah, Jacob Panetta, for you, sir, you get my oh hell no. And I won't meet you on the ice because you'll beat me up. But get me off the ice. I got you, bro. I got you. Hey, and to Subban and Subban's family and all of them, Jordan Subban, man, much support, much love. I went out, followed them, was like, yo, they doing it. So the whole family skates. I love it. Love to see it. And so now I'm even bigger. Yeah, that's right. He'd be missing more teeth than he already missing. So I'm an even bigger Devils fan for that. So yeah, Here we go. That's all hell no for this week. And there's so many, man. There's some other ones that I want to.
There was a lot of stuff that went on. I mean, we could have did an old hell no NFL edition, and it would have been a whole lot of things from them playoffs that could have been filled up our segment. Oh hell no! But hey, it's all good. It's neither here nor there.
That's it.
And you know, Jay, we're gonna hit them off with this new segment.
We got a new segment.
That's impressive.
We should have like a jingle, like a new segment jingle. Do new segment.
Hey, yeah, I'll let you work on that. I'll let you work on that part. You do the jingles. I'll do the overlays. We good, baby.
I'm gonna do that. That'll work, man. That'll work. Hey, this new segment, it's called That's Impressive. Big Game came to me and said, hey, man, look, I've been seeing some stuff, and this story right here really got me. And, when we see things that just say, ooh, wow. Yeah, this definitely is one of those. I'm going to let Big Game go ahead and introduce this part of it. Yo, that's impressive.
Hey, man, so, I was laid up in quarantine last week. I'll put my business out there. It's no big deal. I'm in good health and good spirits now, and I appreciate it. So I watched a lot of TV when I was laid up. And when this first came across the screen last Sunday, I thought I was tired and slept too much. Ayaka Lee, center at Kansas State University women's basketball team, scored 61 points in the basketball game. And Jay, nowadays a lot of people are like, no big deal, 61 points. She probably shot the lights out. Yo, she's a center. She stayed in the paint and at the free throw line. No long ball shot at all. Didn't hit the three ball and put up 61 points. Yo, dude, if that's not impressive,
That's crazy.
I don't know what is. She got after it. She put up big points. I just think, it's just a big – we always talk about the women's game on here, right? And how they deserve some love and to be talked about. She did her thing,
Absolutely.
Dog. She did her thing
Absolutely.
big time. And so hats off to Ayaka Lee. If y'all haven't seen it, pull it up, check out the highlights. Dude, she went to work like a technician in the paint. Drop step, pump fake, going up and there to like Olajuwon a couple different times. She looked good with the ball in her hands, man. And she did her thing. 61 points. And they weren't even ranked and upset. I believe it was 14th ranked Oklahoma that game behind her play. So
that's right. I was about to say, look, they weren't
impressive.
Playing no pansies. Yeah, they weren't playing pansies. There were no powder puffs. They were playing real deal OU, who's a historic program in ladies basketball and girls and women's basketball. So yeah, big hats off, big clap, big hats off to her. That is impressive.
Yes, sir.
Put that out there for you. All right, y'all. Look, let's move this thing on along. We got another segment. Man, that's how we do. We do new. We do the new. This one's called Not So Fast.
Not so fast.
We look around the league in sports and say, oh, wait a minute. Not so fast.
Right.
In this edition, look, we're looking at some things that have been happening in the NFL that makes us say, oh, not so fast. Let's start with this one. Coach Bowles, is he ready for a head coaching job? And I say that because he calls a zero blitz on the last play.
Dude.
And what happened, Big Game? What happened with that zero blitz?
Cooper Kupp.
What happened?
Was left one-on-one to be covered by Winfield, our safety. And big game. The Rams clocked the ball, and they kicked the field goal to win the game after Tom Brady worked so hard to get the game tied up. Watching that, and I'm all for the brother man getting a job if it's well-deserving. And then listen to me. I think Todd Bowles had an unfair shake in New York. I thought that he still deserved to be a head coach in this league. But when I saw that defensive play call in that situation, it made me shake my head and second guess if he should ever be a head coach again. Now, I've calmed down since then, Jay. I'm back to reality.
Good.
I'm back to normal. So not so fast, but yeah, Todd Bowles does still deserve a job. He just outcoached himself on that one, man. Yeah,
but that could cost you. That literally costs you the opportunity to go to the division. I mean, the conference championship, and potentially
no doubt,
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well,
Like,
all that going that, yeah. I
man,
sometimes
does he deserve it?
They say coaches outthink themselves and think
Okay.
too much. He did, and does he? I'm gonna still say yeah. He still deserves a shot, man. I'm gonna say, now did I say he's gonna get a shot?
All right. Well, okay.
No, I didn't say that, but I said he deserves a shot. There's a difference. He still deserves a chance.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get the chance? I don't know. I don't know, bro. I hope so. But we just don't know.
Oh, I know I haven't heard his name in what's been going on, and there's still some jobs out there, but I have not
there's
heard
jobs
his
out there.
name.
You're right.
Let's move
Now,
on to
Jay,
the next
think
one.
about it. I know we got to move, but think about this. That's like going on a job interview.
We do.
And you pull your pants down to show your ass. It's gonna be hard to get that job now, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro. So yeah,
Like, you look nice, you smell good, you got the resume on a nice paper, and then you just drop your pants. Like, yeah,
Whoop, look at this.
not so fast. And here's security.
Whoop,
There you go. Leslie Frazier. He might have lost a chance on that last drive for KC.
And Leslie, old.
Now,
Old.
look,
He's
I'ma say it like this.
62. He ain't got too many more mess ups in him.
Look, here's my thing. Players have to play the game, and coaches coach the team,
Right.
But if players don't execute, then it doesn't necessarily fall back on them. A lot of times, it falls back on the coach. And I think this may be one of those where the player didn't execute, maybe, or am I wrong on this?
No. There's a whole bunch of different things that went into the end of that game. So one, we could probably go to special teams before we can go to the defense because they didn't run any time off the clock during that,
No.
to give them that ball back with 13 seconds.
Yeah.
And then to play as soft as you did with the weapons that Kansas City has, part of that's Leslie Frazier's fault. It could be communication. But it was so many facets from a coaching standpoint during that whole debacle that I don't think you can put it all on Leslie Frazier. But at the same time, people are going to judge him and look at him differently because they had a 3-point lead with 13 seconds left and they blew it. And who else deserves blame besides the defense? In people's eyes. People's eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean, Jake.
They were just scared of Tyreek Hill, man. Oh, God. I mean, look, Kansas City they have weapons. They got weapons. Like we said earlier, man, 25 points by both teams in 2.5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
That's the meme I put out. I was like, I just blew my mind how that went down, dog. Blew my mind.
Man, I was like, oh my God, this cannot be happening. Like, I was like, my voice changed, my accent changed. I couldn't believe what.
Why did you go to another country when you saw it though? Like,
because that's how that is how unbelievable it was.
Okay, well, that native tongue you making fun of. I have nothing.
Yo, make sure you send all of your, send that all to Big Game James. He loves to read that. Big Game Sports Buzz. He loves.
Hey, bgsportsbuzz@gmail.com. Go ahead and send it. I'm gonna forward it right on over to Jay Stocklin. Don't worry, don't trip though. It's all good. Send it to me.
That's cool.
We good.
It's all good, man.
Hey, I don't read. Hey,
let me sneak this one in.
I don't read email anyway, Jay. But go ahead. I got 1,000 of them. I know you 1,500 in my inbox right now.
You should be on the oh hell no for that. Let me sneak this in here, man. Kellen Moore, head coach.
Where? No? At Boise State? No. Maybe. College? Maybe.
Dude, I don't even think he should be head coach at a college.
Hey, man, the boy wonders. The boy genius.
Maybe at a JUCO.
He needs to be called, he needs
JUCO.
He needs to be called Boy Blunder because to have two of the best running backs in the NFL, I think one of the best tandems and two of the better runners in the NFL, and never really utilize them to take pressure off your quarterback shows me that you have no real idea and competence of how the game of football should be played. And you got Quinn in there to build up your defense, which played beyond
Yeah.
better, and still missing a lot of pieces of what they need to be a really, really, really dominant defense and lose the game. Kellen Moore, not so fast. You lucky Dallas keeps you.
How's this dude a hot? I mean, like they say he's a hot commodity. He's a hot. It boils my
Because,
blood.
hey,
All right,
can I say something? And I might get in trouble.
Go ahead. Man.
Young and white equals hot commodity in the NFL right now.
Woo. Hey, and on that note, like the show, buy us a coffee, help us grow. www.buymeacoffee.com/Big Game James.
I said it. I'm sorry. Said it.
You did. Look, you like the content, love the content. Hey, make sure that you like, love, hit the like and love button, as well as like and subscribe. Man, I just said that. Subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we are broadcasting. Look, let's get into this. Who you got? Playoff edition. That's so nice. Listen, you did a good job on this, man. This is lovely. This is beautiful.
Hey, Jose, no disrespect to JUCO head coaches. I understand that. And at any level of coaching, at any level of guys playing past high school is an achievement. But we're saying is you're throwing people on a pedestal so fast, so high up, that hadn't proved they even deserve it. To me, he even got a Dallas job, not even really showing that he was right for it. But we know how Dallas promotes. Dallas promotes within. So no slap in the face. Hey, I got much love for my man Jose. Jose is a grinder. Jose is a coach at the JUCO level out in California. He does a damn good job with his offensive linemen. He gets them ready to go play D1 ball. So no slap, no slap in the face to any JUCO college coach out there. But Kellen Moore to be the next ascending star in the NFL, nope, not so fast. He's not ready.
Yeah, and really, and just kind of talk to that. Listen, he can start there at JUCO and work his way back up. Because if you ask me, that's just real, man. Listen, go there to find out how to really coach and how to do well and how to make in-game adjustments. Because to me, that's where when you get to that point, now we can start saying, okay, you're ready. Because you're coming from a backup quarterback to a QB coach, like all in a matter of 12 months to an OC. I'm sorry, that no, it just don't work. So go to JUCO, go to Navarro, go to there's one the one that's in Mississippi. There's some very good JUCO programs out there. Hell, Cam Newton came out of a JUCO. There plenty of great players.
The JUCO thing is not really the point. The whole point of the whole story of what we were saying is not so fast.
I get it.
And we're going to keep it moving and get off of it because we got to get this done, dog.
I know.
Hey, Kellen Moore, not so fast, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
He's not ready.
For head coach.
And I don't think his name should have really been up. But because he fits that build of what they're making young and hot in the NFL, that he'll get a chance. He'll get a chance before Eric Bieniemy gets a chance, and it's not cool and it's not right, and he's not ready. So, hey, who you got? Let's go. Let's go and do this. Who you got? The championship round.
Let me start with Bengals and Chiefs, man. Look, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs. It is hard, even with their defense. It is hard to bet against the Chiefs because I know I've seen personally what they have done with their backs to the wall. They can play with the lead. They can play with, from behind. I can't. I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
You are right. But to me, Jay, it is something about Joe Burrow, a.k.a. Joe Cool, the way he approaches the game. The Bengals aren't scared. Now, do I think
not yet?
Do I think they're going to overlook them because they beat them earlier in the season? I'm hoping they don't get caught up in that because there were some things that Kansas City did not execute on that the Bengals took advantage of to win that game by a field goal in week 15, I think they played or whatever it was, late in the season. Mm-hmm. The Bengals got that win. But what Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs showed me in that divisional round made me where they look like the team that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They look like the team that got to the Super Bowl last year. Yep. So, hey, man, Reed, I love you to death, but I honestly cannot pick against the Kansas City Chiefs this round. I think that the Chiefs are going to find a way to win. The defense is gelling. They're at home in Arrowhead where it's bananas during playoff time. And I think it's going to be too much for the young quarterback to overcome with that offensive line he has. Let's not forget, he got sacked 8 times last game against Tennessee. Still pulled it off to win it was amazing in his play. But you can't keep getting beat up like that and have the success you need in the postseason. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs.
Yeah, for the Rams and the 49ers, I want both of them to lose. That's my prediction.
So
that's
you sending the Chiefs to the Super Bowl to play themselves?
Fine by me. I'd watch it. I'd rather watch that.
Hey, man, quit playing, man. Hey, you hate Matthew Stafford. You hate Jimmy G. You got to pick one right now, player. You got to pick one, dog. You got to pick one.
It's the Rams defense for me. And I like to me it's the defenses. I like the defenses on both, and I think the Rams defense is a little bit better than the 49ers defense. If everyone is healthy for 49ers, then it can prove to be, volatile for Matt for Stat Pafford. But I'm going with the Rams, man.
Hey man. So I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm not messing with you right now. The Rams are better on all 3 levels of the defense. The front, the linebackers, and the secondary compared to San Francisco being better in their front 7, right? I think that anytime you have Aaron Donald on your team, the one-man wrecking crew is what I like to call him. Von Miller's gotten better in that defense. Odell Beckham is getting loose to go alongside of Cooper Kupp. They didn't put too much pressure on Stafford last week. They came out hot and early. They made Tampa work really, really hard to get back into the game. That defense, I don't know if the 49ers can still rely on their special teams and their defense and they're a little bit of a running game to have success against the defense of the Rams, like you said. So I'm going to pick the Rams. I think it's going to be a Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yeah, I got you on that. All right, folks, we got to wrap this thing up with a nice bow. Look here. Some people have a top 100. Some people have a top 50. Some have a top 25. Some even have a top 10. But here on Big Game Sports Buzz, we have a top 5. Who's in, who's out. This week, top 5 NFL playoff
moments.
What?
Right.
Moments. Hey, thank you. Thank you for it. It happens sometimes.
We here, brother. We are here.
Top 5 NFL playoff moments. So, you ready, Big Game?
Hey, man, I'm ready, dog. I mean, let's do this. And, Jay, I really have the last 2 weeks, man, I've gotten away from having any particular order. The playoffs in general, man, have been crazy. Like I said, on Move the Chains with Reed now on Tuesday, I've been enjoying it. I've been loving it. I want more football. It's like I want to fast forward Monday through Saturday so we can get another game. Like I just want to get to games right now. Like I don't want to wait. That's how great the action's been, right? So I know we changed it up. I'm going first. I usually let you go first. No, I do always go first. My bad. Hey, man,
you always do go first.
Yeah, I do go first. So, hey, man, I'm going to keep it quick. Not a lot of explanation unless you really got to hear why I said it and what I said. But, hey, for the first one.
I don't. Let's get it.
The Dallas Cowboys, that last play and their loss to the 49ers. Just the lack of game management and knowledge really redefined a season we thought we would have with the Dallas Cowboys. So not just to give your team a hard time and to tease you, but that changed the whole outlook and outcome of a season for what so many people thought Dallas really had a chance to make a run this year. And they did. They made a run to the locker room because of that debacle. That's my number 5. Number 4, the Cincinnati Bengals, McPherson, to make the field goal that he did against the Titans to go ahead and win that game after Eli Apple tipped the pass and they got the interception. That showed big cojones right there. That guy showed moxie. He showed poise. And that field goal, man, to be a rookie, he hit that thing nice. So, and not often, we got to give the kicker some love. Hey, my boy, Martin Gramatica, I finally gave the kicker some love, bro. All right? Number 3, a play that made me throw my hat across the room and say some words that's not right for TV. Matthew Stafford, the Cup man, on that play that set up the game-winning field goal. Just so often in the whole narrative of the playoffs is Matthew Stafford doesn't find a way to get it done. He always messes up. He had his big moment. He helped put them in a position to win the game. Got to tip my hat to him. Josh Allen. Josh Allen's last touchdown pass to go up by 3 on that last drive and converting the way he did, and to say, damn, Buffalo finally did it. Bills Mafia going to go and host another playoff game, and then to get it taken away. But Josh Allen made me rethink how I look at him and what kind of love I give him. So Josh Allen was my number 2. Hey, my number 1, Kelsey, to run that out and up in overtime to catch that ball. That was a hell of a play. That's a hell of a route from a tight end. A lot of receivers can't run that route. And to have a big tight end run that route the way he did, Kelsey on that touchdown catch in overtime was my number 1 playoff moment so far.
So here's what I did. And I guess I didn't explain the rules because mine are like of all time. So
shoot! I thought we were talking about this year's playoffs.
I love your face.
My bad. Hey, because
I love your face.
You threw me a late. Go ahead. Give me your all time. When the cameras go off, we're gonna talk, homeboy. It's okay. Go ahead, dog.
No, we're not, because you got somewhere to go. Here we go. So this one is it hurts to say it, but it is pivotal because you see it all the time, and it's known as the catch. 1982. Matter of fact, it was January 1982. San Francisco 49ers against the Dallas Cowboys. And the tight end goes up. Dwight Clark grabs the touchdown pass from Joe Montana, seals the deal, and it propels them to their first Super Bowl.
A great one.
Man, that was oh man. Yeah, the catch. It's that's it's not my number 1. I don't put them in any order, but yeah, that joint right there. It hurts, but that's a moment. I have, of course, this one in here, man. The Music City Miracle. January 8th, 2000. Look, I mean, AFC wildcard game between Tennessee Titans and Buffalo Bills. They looked over this play over and over and over again. Kevin Dyson lateral for a touchdown, and it was like, okay, well, was it a forward pass? Was it a backward pass? Was it behind the line? Was it that was one of those, man, you just stay glued to the seat to see what was going to happen. The helmet catch. Now I know that's Super Bowl, but I'm gonna put that in there. But